Have you ever seen someone call the cops and it backfire on them? My neighbor, Mrs. Rain, had been calling the police on my family nearly every week for 6 months. First, it was our loud barbecue at 7 p.m. on a Saturday. Then our kids playing basketball in our own driveway. She even made a complaint when my wife was gardening in a tank top, claiming we were disturbing the peace with inappropriate attire. I'm a father of 2 living in a quiet suburb, and every knock on the door from uniformed officers made my kids hide upstairs. My 8-year-old daughter started having nightmares about the people coming to take daddy away. Mrs. Rain would watch from her window, arms crossed, smiling whenever squad cars pulled up. The officers were always professional, but I could tell they were getting tired of it, especially after the 4th false call in 2 months. Last Tuesday, she called them again, this time because our dog barked twice when the mailman arrived. When Officer Rodriguez came to my door, he looked exhausted. "Mr. Williams," he said, "I'm really sorry about this. We know these calls are baseless, but we're required to respond." That's when he told me something that stuck. "She's called us 47 times this year on various neighbors. The department's reaching a breaking point, but we need clear evidence of malicious reporting." Evidence. That word hit me hard. The next day, I installed security cameras. Front yard, backyard, side entrance, all with audio. She didn't know about the side camera that could pick up her porch and our property line. Wednesday evening, my kids were drawing with sidewalk chalk in our driveway when I heard her make another call. The side camera picked up every word through her open window. Yes, I need police. My neighbors are letting their children vandalize public property with graffiti. It was sidewalk chalk on our own driveway. When Officer Rodriguez arrived, I met him at the door with my phone ready. "Before you waste any more time, would you like to see the footage?" We watched the recording together. Mrs. Rain clearly misreporting the situation while my kids were quietly drawing hopscotch squares. "Mr. Williams," he said, "would you be willing to provide footage from previous incidents?" 2 weeks later, I had a full compilation. Her calling the police while watching me mow my lawn, claiming suspicious behavior, complaints about my wife's unusual gardening, false reports of loud music when the house was silent. But the worst came one Sunday morning. We were getting ready for church when I heard shouting. Through my window, I saw Mrs. Rain confronting a delivery driver and trying to block his truck. She didn't know my camera was recording as she called 911. "I need help. There's a man acting suspiciously and threatening residents." The driver was clearly delivering a package to my house with our name and address visible on the label. 3 squad cars showed up. I was already outside, phone in hand. "Officers, before you do anything, please watch this." We reviewed the footage. The delivery driver, a Navy veteran named Marcus, stood silently while Officer Rodriguez watched the entire video. He turned to Mrs. Rain and said, "Ma'am, you are under investigation for filing repeated false reports and harassment." She tried to protest, but he stopped her. "You have the right to remain silent." Mrs. Rain was charged with making false emergency calls, harassment, and discriminatory behavior. She received 18 months probation, was ordered to complete 200 hours of community service, and fined $5,000. She eventually sold her home to cover legal fees. But the craziest part? During the investigation, they discovered she'd been doing this for years, not just to us, but to the previous family who lived in our house, the college students next door, and even the elderly couple across the street. She'd made over 200 false police reports in 3 years, costing the city thousands in wasted resources. The district attorney decided to make an example of her case. Local news picked up the story, and it went viral on neighborhood social media. Mrs. Rain became the poster child for malicious reporting in our county. Now, my kids can finally play outside in peace and sleep without fear of flashing lights pulling into our driveway.